Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day. This is just a special impromptu live. I wanted to wish you guys all a happy Valentine's Day. I know I didn't do very much Valentine crafting this February, but I wanted to go ahead and maybe put together something fun. And if you are one of my Patreons, a Backstage Pass holder, or if you're a creative member, directly after this video, I'm shooting you the set I'm going to be working with as a happy Valentine's Day. So you too will have something to play with for Valentine's Day. I know probably by this point everybody's already created their Valentine's Day cards and kind of moving on probably to spring and Easter. But I wanted to at least get you guys something to share the love and offer you guys a freebie and appreciation for helping to support the channel. So let me go ahead and transition down and I'll show you what I'm going to be working with today. And it's actually one of the reasons I decided to go live is because I found one of my favorite tools. You guys know that I moved to Montana and I'm still looking for some of my craft supplies. And if you can see directly behind me, that little rack is completely empty because my husband's getting ready to paint the room. And depending on when he starts, I don't know if my room is going to be torn apart on Sunday. So I figured I'd do a live today and then kind of see how it goes for Sunday's crafting. We didn't have a live on Sunday because of Super Bowl, but I know I did something on Saturday for us. But with the room getting painted, just not really sure where I'm going to be at on Sunday. So I wanted to at least pop in today and we can create something together and kind of take it from there. So let me transition down and we can get started. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and move my keyboard here and share with you what I'm going to be working with today. Let's see, let me zoom down here to my empty desk. I moved the media mat because I didn't want the light shining on us. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you can kind of see it right here a little bit, but it's not too bad. Okay, so let me share with you first of all what you guys are going to get if you're one of my Patreons. So I have a digital page. I'm trying to get us close here. I have a digital page called Literature Love Quotes, and they are just various love quotes from some of our literature favorites. Fitzgerald, some of our literature characters, you know, Mr. Darcy, Mrs. Darcy, Rhett Butler, just some really great love quotes that we've seen through the years through the movies. And the love quote sheet comes with all these little quotes. So what I did is I used my Photoshop and I cut out some of the quotes and I attached them to some vintage photos. So you can see here, some of the quotes are attached to the photos. You know, I never want to stop making memories with you. Love this one. You should be kissed often and by someone who knows how. I think that's a great one. So that's what I did is I went ahead and I sized them down. And they're all the same size because it was specific for a project I wanted to make. And the project that I wanted to make was something you've seen me do before. It's these little matchbooks. So I created the little matchbook with all of these little love quotes that you can, you know, tear out when you need them. You can gift them, put them in a junk journal, just really cute. And I love making these little matchbooks. You've seen me do it before, but they're just really fun, especially if you want to put like a set of something together. So I thought these love quotes were perfect for a little matchbook. And then I added a little paper doll, and then on the back or front, however you want to call this, I put one of the images with a sticker. So that's what we're going to make. And I want to show you how I cut these out, because when you cut them out, you want to make sure that you have enough of a leader, a part of your paper, so that way when you tuck it, it's not covering the sentiment, because I think that's what's part of the fun of this, is to be able to see the sentiment when you flip through it. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. So I went ahead and I already cut this out, and I want to say, let me get my ruler, that this is 2.5 inches, a little bit more maybe than 2.5 inches. And I just cut a sheet of paper, because we're going to fold it once we get the cards in there. But what I really wanted to show you is how I cut these to work. Now, the tool that I had lost and I found was this Tim Holtz Tonic rotary cutter, and I finally found it. And I love this because it's great for these matchbooks. So the way that you're going to want to cut this is, and I've lined these up perfectly for you, so you want to go ahead and just cut the top right off. Make sure you've got it lined up perfectly. And you should be able to just use your trimmer and just cut it right off, just like that. And then what you want to do is do it for the second row as well. And again, I've lined these up so they should cut perfectly across. All right. And then don't cut the bottom, because remember, this is the part that we're going to stick in our matchbook, all right? And then from this point, you can go ahead and trim the side. Let's see here. Should line up perfectly to that one. I think maybe I need to change this so that lines up, but in any case, you want to trim the sides, right? And then just keep going here, trimming the sides. I mean, it's all in the way that you trim it that it's going to fit that matchbook perfectly. All right. And then you can do the same thing on this side as well. So let's just finish it off. Make sure that you're lined up straight. All right. And then as you can see, you have bottom pieces. So don't cut off that white part, because you're gonna need that. All right. So there's that one. There's this one. Let's go ahead and trim these. That one. Alright, so there's these. Hey, Tina. Okay, sounds good. Yep, I'm just doing a little Valentine's crafting, so glad you saw me. Alright, so there are these. All right, and then let's do this one as well. Let's see. Get it lined up perfectly, right? Okay. Nice thing thing about Photoshop is you can get these images, as long as they're the same size, you know, you can get them lined up perfectly for these types of projects. All right, so now that I've got these trimmed, again, keep your white bottom here. We're going to want to line these up. All right, and we can trim that part off just real quick here. So let's make sure these are all lined up correctly. Yeah, all right, and I'll just use my scissors for this. I just want to start out with even. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's pretty even. So the next thing you want to do, now that we have these, right, is we want to figure out how big this is going to be. So mine is, I don't know what, about 3/4 of an inch. Now when you choose your paper, because you know you're bending it, make sure you get paper that can go any way. So when I open this, it's all the same direction and it works. But on the outside, you know, I'm bending it in half, so you don't want your words to be upside down. I mean, you can, but most of the time you don't want to do that, right? So let's see, we want to go about 3/4 of an inch, I think is what I did. Okay. And then now we can figure out exactly how much we need to trim off, okay? So make sure they're lined up on the top, you guys. And then we can figure it out from here. And that's almost perfect. Look at that. You got a little bit of white showing, but we need to trim off that little bit. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So I don't know, just figure out how much that is, right? So I don't know. I think if I went 3.5, I should be pretty good. Maybe a little bit bigger than 3.5, just in case. Okay. 3.5, so a little bit bigger than 3.5. All right, and I'll do this one too. A little bit bigger than 3.5. All right. So now they should be just about the same size and pretty close. Maybe a little off, but not too bad. And remember, it's going to go underneath here anyway, so no big deal. All right, so now that we've got this, and if you feel better about having some sort of a, I don't know, paper clip or something to hold it together, you can do that. I don't know where my paper clips are. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have them handy, but that's okay. I don't need a paper clip. We're gonna just hold this like this, and then make sure when you staple it that your sentiment shows. So if you don't want to go, if you cut too much, you may not want to go all the way down, but just make sure that your sentiment, your white part is covered. That's the main part. All right. So just going to make a little adjustment here. Make sure you're lined up. And then we're going to find our stapler. And we're going to staple these together. Now, actually I got ahead of myself here. Before we do that, we want to add the perforation. I didn't do it on this one, and that's why I almost forgot, but let's do it on these. So I'm using this tonic tool, and you want it to cut, you want it to cut right below this sentiment here. So, and the thing is with this is you don't want to push too hard, because you don't want to push too hard, just hard enough, if that makes sense, because you might, you know, you might tear it off. It might come off. So I just kind of did a little bit. You just got to kind of feel your way here. So just enough where it's stuck, but it will come off. Right. Pretty good. When I was looking for this tool, it took me forever to find it, but I was glad that I did, because it is a fun tool. Let's see here. Okay, we're just doing this with all of them. Let's see. Pulled it on me a little bit. That's all right. It's going to be underneath. You get the idea, right? Let's see. Oops. This one right here. There we go. Just enough. All right. Okay, I think that'll do it. Still stuck together, but it will tear off when you need it to. All right. So again, make sure that they're lined up from the top, right? And then let's do this part again. Make sure the white is covered. And then I'm only gonna do one staple on this particular one. I did two when I covered it, but I think I'm just gonna do one staple on this particular one. And that should hold it. Let's see if I can get it in the middle here. All right. The paper is relatively thin. The white's showing a little bit, but no big deal. So one hold it in nicely, and then when you go to tear it, you should be able to just tear it out. So I think that's a success. All right. So the next thing we want to do is create our fold, and I just kind of eyeball it to be right above. You don't need to have a lot of extra room on this. That folds right over nicely, and then just kind of figure out where you need to trim it. Remember, you can't be past this staple, because it needs to tuck a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of make a little mark here. And that should be good enough for the trim. All right. Hey, Melody. All right. So figure out where this is. I'm going to trim it. Happy Valentine's Day, Melody. And then we'll trim that. All right, very good. You're making a Christmas folder. Nice. Hopefully using your teals and beiges, right? All right, so that's perfect. So now you can just flip it under. See, that barely flips under. So make sure you put enough here that it will go underneath. But it works, it closes. Alice in Wonderland, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so that closes. So that's perfect. All right. So now that we have our matchbook put together, you made 2 of them. Wow, great. Yeah, it's a great little design, isn't it? Let's go ahead and decorate it. So on this side, I just basically chose one of the images. So find your favorite. And let's see, it doesn't matter, just find your favorite. This one's already cut out, so let's use this one. Oh, and see, this is how it's going to work when you have the perforation. See, it just kind of comes right off. So this is ready for the cover. And I'm going to use my corner rounder. All right. And then this will go right there. If that works, right? Glue this to the cover. And then I'm going to find just a little sentiment here. Listen to your heart. I like that. And then if you want to, you can cover that staple. Okay. So cover the staple. I like adding a little bit of glue to my stickers because sometimes they just don't stick very well. Okay. So there's the back. And then for the front, I used a paper doll. So let's see if we can find one that works. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to use a paper doll, you can always fussy cut, you know, your image here and put it here. Let's see if we can find a paper doll that works. I want it to be a couple because that probably makes sense, right? Let's see what I got. These are my smaller paper dolls. So you can use the medium ones or the smaller ones, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna find a man and a woman. Okay. Let's see. Probably not a boy. Age appropriate for the couple. Let's see. Standing up, I think. These two guys might work, right? Kind of like the medium one though. Let me see if I have a medium couple. Bring out the box of paper dolls here. So, oh, that would work. Let's see. Those are the large. Here's the medium. Let's see. Look at that little miniature card. Well, if I had something that they can sit on, probably, right? I don't like it when they just kind of go through the air. Alright, so I have these stickers, which I think would be good for them to sit on. So let's see if we can do something with that. Alright. So let's see, how much do we want to cut off? Probably, I want to keep the 14. Maybe something like that. Okay. And then we'll make this the seat, I guess, so they're not, you know, sitting in the air. My sticker. And then I want it so they're sitting, so let me just kind of figure this out here. All right. And if their heads are above, that's fine. I don't mind. Just want to make sure their bottoms are on that tape. All right, that seems to work. Okay, like that, just like that. That looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? Yeah? All right, and then I just took some remnant rubs. Let's see what I got left here. I'll just put a little number. So again, if you are one of my Patreons, a Backstage Pass holder, or a creative member, I'm going to email you this set as my Valentine Day gift to you. So you can make these if you want. And then for everybody else, you've got the link in the description box. The set is fun. It's got not only the people with the little sentiments, but it also has the little quote cards as well. I think it's only like $3.50 or something like that. All right, so there's that. Let's see what else we can use. Use evidence of love, right? evidence. Well, let's just use collector maybe. Or observation. All these little miscellaneous words, right? Okay, so this will be collector. Oh, just like that one. That one said collector too. Nice. That wasn't planned. I guess my brain kind of works consistently. Alright, so that says collector. And then I don't have another date. Let's see what else I've got here. Let's see, what could I use? What could I use? Just picking out little numbers here. They don't really mean anything. And then I hate when they stick together. See, what else could I use? Handle with care, maybe. Let's see. I mean, you can use anything you want, right? Okay. Handle with care. I don't even know if that will fit. It's probably gonna have to be like this or here. I don't know. I guess it could go right there. All right, handle with care. And let's see if maybe we can put something, I don't know, numbers or, let's see, maybe a word. Fragile, fragile. All right, fragile. Okay. And that probably will do it. I don't really need much more, right? And I guess I could put the little figure. Let's see. Where's the figures? Here they are. Observation. looking for the one that says figure. Oh, I could put a date maybe. Let's see. Or a bug. I could put a bug. Let's see. Trying to be careful when I cut this. $1941. Alright, so we'll put the date up on top here and we'll put the bug down there. And then I think that will do it. So 1941. Alright, okay. And then the bug will just as a decorative piece, we'll put right here. Nice. All right, so there you go. Just pretty easy, right? Now I have two little matchbooks, and they have, you know, the little cute sentiments on the other side. And then when you open it up, you've got all these cute little love cards that you can use, or I don't know, just keep in here if you want. But yeah, so real easy to make, and I just love these sentiments. These would be great for junk journals, just maybe little notes around the house, anything you want, but just really easy and really cute to make. So that's it. So for Valentine's Day, now we're just staying in and cooking. We don't really go out for Valentine's Day, especially we're really rural here, and it snowed, so we're definitely not going out. But now, so we're just staying in. But I will email you guys, my creative members and my Backstage Pass holders. I will email you this cute little set that has some fun little love sentiments with pictures as just a thank you, and that way you can use them if you'd like. But that's it. So I hope you guys have a nice Valentine's, have a nice evening, and I will let you know if for any reason I can't stream on Sunday. Like I said, my husband's getting ready to paint my room in here, and I need to make sure that I have everything cleaned up, and I don't know exactly where he's going to be at on Sunday as far as being finished with the painting. So I'll let you guys know. But my plan is to be here on Sunday, but if the room is torn apart and I can't get to my camera's got to come down, but if I can't get to it, then I'll let you know that I won't be streaming on Sunday. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a nice evening and enjoy your Valentine. And for those of you that don't celebrate Valentine's Day, I hope you guys have a nice evening. All right, see you later. Bye.